Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where every twist and turn in purple and gold matters to us all. Smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single update on your Los Angeles Lakers. There's a rumor circulating that has Laker Nation buzzing. Could Dalton Knecht, the promising rookie sharpshooter, be on his way out? Yes, you heard that right. Speculators are whispering that the Lakers may be ready to move on from Knecht this offseason. But why would a team consider parting ways with the guy who averaged 9.1 points per game, shot 46.1% from the field, and knocked down 37.6% of his threes as a rookie? Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into everything you need to know. As fans, we're hungry for answers, and speculation is running wild. First, let's talk context. Dalton Knecht was nearly in another uniform before his rookie season even ended. A failed trade for center Mark Williams fell apart due to a botched physical, sending shockwaves through LA Lakers circles. Yet, when the deal was rescinded, Knecht rejoiced, returning to the purple and gold with renewed vigor. He went on to shoot 40.8% from three-point range, playing alongside Luka Doncic in the 2024-25 season. The Lakers' star point guard has always excelled at creating wide-open looks for perimeter shooters, and Knecht capitalized with a smooth jumper that hinted at serious upside. But Lakers Chiefs have an obsession. They still lack a long-term solution in the paint. With Rob Pelinka eyeing trades and roster tinkering this offseason, rumors suggest that the Lakers may leverage Knecht's shooting talent as a bargaining chip in a deal for a true center. Warm bodies like Dwight Howard and Mo Bamba have filled in over the years, but nobody on the current roster offers the rim protection and rebounding dominance needed to anchor a championship-caliber squad. Could this be the season the Lakers finally acquire that interior force? Could Knecht be the sacrifice required to seal the deal? Let's break down the numbers that make this rumor feel so strange yet plausible. In 48 games as a rookie, Knecht averaged 9.1 points in just 18 minutes per game, hitting 46.1% of his field goal attempts and nearly 38% of his threes. When you factor in that he shot 40.8% from downtown alongside Doncic for the final stretch of the season, it becomes clear why he was heralded as a future key piece. He isn't just a catch-and-shoot guy. His 6.5 frame and 6.9 wingspan allow him to switch onto multiple positions, pressuring ball handlers and contesting shots. In other words, he's got the tools to be a 3-and-D wing, exactly the kind of role modern contenders covet. Yet here we are, staring at reports that Lakers' best assets, minus Austin Reeves, are their 2031 first-round pick, second-year wing, Dalton Knecht, and expiring contracts in any potential trade for a big man. According to Lakers insider Dan Wyke, rival scouts believe those pieces are mandatory in a deal that could land LA a true rebounding, rim-protecting center. Could the Lakers really move a young shooter who seems tailor-made for their backcourt? Fans are wondering if this is the beginning of a franchise identity shift, from relying on homegrown sharpshooters to prioritizing size and defense above all else. Now, imagine if LA did trade Knecht. Which teams would line up? The Portland Trail Blazers, lacking perimeter depth, might see Knecht as a perfect complement to Scoot Henderson. The New Orleans Pelicans, with Brandon Ingram commanding defenses, could entice Knecht to thrive in the corner alongside Zion Williamson. Even a franchise like the Sacramento Kings could view Knecht's development into a lethal three-point threat as the missing element for their jumbled rotation. Is it possible that a mid-level team would gamble a future second-round pick to acquire Knecht's upside? Some insiders believe it. After all, he's shown he can hit clutch shots, spread the floor, and earn buckets in transition. But before we paint Knecht's future in a new jersey, consider the Lakers' challenge. Trading him away means relying on veterans who lack his shooting gravity. LeBron James, though still a superstar at age 40, cannot single-handedly create consistent spacing. Luka Doncic's court vision thrives when his teammates knock down open looks. Without Knecht's shooting, can Los Angeles realistically attract a proven center in a trade? Could they find a suitor to take D'Angelo Russell's salary plus keep Rhett Ledge's expiring deal? Is it possible that the Lakers might need to include both Knecht and their 2031 first-rounder just to get any credible big man? Fans in purple and gold circles are already weighing in. On X, Laker loyalists dissect Knecht's corner three against the Clippers, wondering if that single shot could have made the difference in his tenure. Other threads compare his fate to recent Lakers young wings like Talon Horton-Tucker or Josh Hart, arguing over who received the better development path. Could Dalton become the next feel-good story, proving everyone wrong after being traded? One fan thread read. Or is his fate sealed, destined to be another casualty in the twos? Lakers' cycle of quick fixes, another post joked. The chatter grows daily, fueling speculation and anxiety in equal measure. But let's consider Knecht's perspective. If the Lakers view him primarily as a trade asset, his mindset in Summer League and preseason becomes critical. Will he enter the gym with "I've got something to prove" burning in his eyes? Could he embrace a prove-it mentality that elevates his game, forcing LA to reconsider? Some insiders believe Knecht's confidence and work ethic could silence trade talks if he explodes for 20-plus points per game early. But if the narrative shifts toward Lakers tried and the future is now, might they see Knecht as expendable? The potential ripple effects on the locker room are significant. Imagine being a veteran like Rui Hachimura or Jared Vanderbilt, hearing that a young teammate with such promise is on the outskirts. Does that signal instability? Does it create friction when teammates feel management might prioritize a 7-footer over budding talent? Some Lakers viewers recall how Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma were packaged for Anthony Davis, moments that left fans divided and players uneasy. Could this decision send a chilling message to other young players aiming to carve a lasting legacy in LA? As Lakers fans, we must also consider franchise identity. Are the Lakers willing to sacrifice homegrown talent for the allure of immediate size? Or does this rumor simply reflect a negotiating tactic, dangling Knecht and draft picks to test market value without genuine intent to deal? Could Rob Pelinka be using Knecht as leverage, sending a message to opposing GMs that LA is unafraid to swap youth for position of need upgrades? Some insiders believe this is a chess move rather than a final decision, measuring how high teams will bid for a shooter who shot over 40% from three around Luka and LeBron. But at the end of the day, the question lingers. If Knecht is indeed traded, will the return be worth it? Will the Lakers come away with a center who can dunk on every pick and roll while protecting the rim? Or will they regret parting with a young sharpshooter who just needed time to mesh? Personally, as a Lakers supporter, I believe Knecht has more runway than some critics give him credit for. But if the Lakers see a chance to solve their center woes by sacrificing a wing, maybe they feel the gamble is necessary to chase an 18th banner. But what do you think about all of this? Do you believe the Lakers should move Knecht to upgrade at center, or do you think they ought to hold on to him and allow him to develop into a rotation staple? I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. Let's not forget that some opposing front offices might see Knecht as untouchable, a rising star worth more than any immediate veteran piece. There's a school of thought that Knecht's value will only grow, that his gravity as a shooter and growing playmaking chops make him one of the most tradable young assets in the league. Could other teams align more creative offers, mixing veteran talent with future picks, to outbid LA, despite the Lakers dangling that 2031 first-rounder? If so, Pelinka might be forced to sweeten the pot further, possibly sending D'Angelo, Russell, or Talon Horton-Tucker in the deal to land that defensive anchor. But then the question shifts. Is replacing Knecht with multiple draft picks or young lungs worth sacrificing a homegrown angle for a potential rental? Now, let's explore the alternate universe where the Lakers decide to hold on to Knecht. Maybe Pelinka does his due diligence, listens to offers, and ultimately deems Knecht's shooting and defensive potential too valuable to risk. In that scenario, ELA heads into training camp with a young wing who can stretch the floor, defend multiple positions, and evolve alongside LeBron and Luka. Perhaps Coach Reddick builds a rotation that leverages Knecht's catch-and-shoot brilliance in corner, sets, and isolates him in transition to punish overplays. Over the next season, he could blossom into a bona fide role star, hitting 45% of his threes, playing 25 minutes a night, and keeping defenses honest. Owners and front office executives internally debate, does Knecht's presence help recruit free agents? Picture a veteran considering LA. They see a roster with LeBron, Luka, AD, and Knecht, a combination of established stars and promising youth. That narrative paints the Lakers as a team balancing championship immediacy with long-term sustainability. Fans would rejoice, believing in a core that can win now and still develop together. But skeptics argue that without a true center, this grouping still lacks identity. Would Clint Capella or John Collins ever join a team lacking draft capital? If Knecht stays, LA might need to explore alternative avenues, sneaky free agent, signings, or heading to the buyout market, to fill that interior void. If we hold on to Knecht, his first summer league in a Lakers uniform becomes must-watch TV. Will he display improved ball handling, attack closeouts off the bounce, or demonstrate a newfound confidence that convinces everyone he belongs on this stage? Could a stellar preseason force the front office to shelve trade talk entirely? Some insiders believe that Knecht's work ethic and a chip on his shoulder, stemming from the near-trade episode, could result in a breakout training camp. He might show the poise to handle occasional playmaking duties, roam the passing lanes, for steals, or even flash potential as a secondary ball handler in small ball sets. Imagine him stepping into a fourth-quarter situation, cold-bloodedly drilling a clutch triple, tilting the momentum back toward LA. That kind of moment could be exactly what convinces the organization to let him flourish rather than use him as bait. Of course, keeping Knecht also carries risk. If his shot falters, his confidence drops, or his defensive inconsistencies reemerge, LA will have burned valuable trade capital without gaining the interior anchor they desperately need. Some fans warn that a stagnating rookie role could lull the Lakers into complacency, leaving them with a hole at center and a bench lacking a reliable floor spacer. Would that scenario leave us lamenting that maybe we should have traded him when we had the chance? Could the regret of passing on a deal for a mid-tier center haunt this franchise for years? Then there's the intangible factor. Chemistry. We've seen how teams can crumble under the weight of conflicting egos and overlapping skill sets. Adding another veteran wing could disrupt the balance. Yet, losing a young talent carries its own consequences. Players know when they're in an environment that prioritizes short-term gain over player development. Would keeping Knecht in Los Angeles send a message that youth development still matters, even with a title window closing around LeBron? Or would the front office's hesitancy to strike at center reveal a stubborn reluctance to confront glaring roster deficiencies? As Lakers fans, we must also consider how the broader Western Conference landscape influences these decisions. Imagine, Denver lands another superstar in free agency. Nikola Jokic teams up with Kevin Durant in Denver? Suddenly, the center market shifts away from LA, making any deal involving Knecht seem less critical. Or picture the Warriors, after missing out on Knecht, pivot and re-sign Otto Porter Jr., or chase Mikal Bridges in free agency. Their perimeter defense remains intact, and the Lakers' need for a reliable wing diminishes, shifting trade priorities back toward veteran mobility and salary flexibility. The swirling what-ifs illustrate how fragile these plans can be, hinging on multiple dominoes falling precisely where the Lakers want them to. Let's also think about LeBron's perspective. At 40, his drive to chase another title is palpable, but he's also expressed interest in building a sustainable legacy that elevates the next generation. Does he view Knecht as someone who can carry the torch in a couple of years? Or would he rather have a sturdier front court partner today, even if it means letting a young wing walk? Reports indicate that LeBron quietly advocates for versatility, someone who can switch on guards and guards bigs effectively. Knecht fits part of that mold, but only if his development trajectory remains steep. If LeBron believes Knecht's growth won't align with the Lakers' immediate goals, his unofficial blessing to move him could tip the scales behind the scenes. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the Dalton Knecht trade saga, and you want to ensure you're first to hear how it all unfolds, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell. We'll be right here, keeping you informed and fired up as this story develops. Mamba mentality never meant playing it safe. So, let's embrace the thrill of speculation together and see where this journey takes our beloved Lakers.